Hi, this is Conrad Zimmerman of FistShark Marketing, here to remind you that this show exists thanks to the financial support of our listeners. For less than the price of a lower back tattoo, you can make your family question where they went wrong without pain and disfigurement. Just visit patreon.com/FistShark or click that big Patreon button at fistshark.com. And thanks for listening.
We're in day 16 of MileyWatch.
I didn't think it would stretch on this long, but, she's dedicated.
I can't believe hashtag MileyWatch didn't catch on.
Well, that I can a little bit believe.
Are you sure? I put a lot of effort into it. I worked closely with Hades in our social media department, and we were both sure that would take off.
But there's nothing to see. I mean, it's a windowless office.
That is true. No one is really watching Miley while she does this.
At the same time, I gotta admit, when she puts her mind to something, she just will not let go of it.
Hey, that's why I love working with her. She's committed. When she calls me up and says, I'm gonna take over a federal building, I'm armed, and I'm gonna make a stand, and this is for all true patriots out there, I'm gonna believe that she does it, and I'm not gonna tell anyone because they'll be angry. So, I regret not telling anyone. I'll say that much. You could have stopped me from helping her, and in turn you could have stopped her.
Well, I mean, it's, that's water under Dean Kane's troll bridge, right?
Right. I mean, it's chicken egg this, isn't it? It's chicken egg. So what matters is we're kind of here now.
We're here now. Yeah.
Miley Cyrus has occupied a federal building. That's what we're telling the press to make it sound more impressive.
Right.
It's not stopped them printing the truth, which I'm a little bit upset and offended about. But, I mean, to take over an entire third floor...
That would be impressive.
I mean, she had to get through 2 whole floors on the elevator without anyone stopping her.
Not a lot of fans of Miley Cyrus in the federal building, though, to be fair. So the chance of, that gotta take a photo moment... pretty low.
Well, that didn't stop her from trying. She went down the basement, then first floor, then second floor, before getting to the third floor, stopped on every floor and screamed, I'm Miley Cyrus, who wants a photograph? I've got a gun. And no one stopped her. Little irresponsible of federal employees to not stop a woman who says she's got a gun.
Some of the blame for this has to be placed on the authorities.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's not our fault that Boston's governmental wing hired from FistShark Security. Otherwise, they might have had security guards who weren't Val Kilmer asleep.
It's a little ridiculous to me. I mean, the cut corners and the skimping in the budget that's really just leading to a crumbling infrastructure throughout the city of Boston. That it's really shameful. They should be more effectively using the taxpayers' money.
Well, I mean, have you seen the security cameras they've got in that building? They are just cereal boxes with a bit of glass duct taped to the front of them.
Right,
Where did they even get them from?
I saw a couple of kids completing a maze on the side of one of them the other day.
I'm trying to figure out what Miley is doing. Is it sort of like the anonymous group who will show that various agencies have bad internet protections by fighting through them? Is she trying to show that Boston's government building should be more secure? I checked the hashtag MileyWatch on Twitter. Every tweet about it just says, I'm watching her, or I'm watching it, I'm watching, yes, I'm watching. They're just...
Yeah, there's not a lot to really say other than that. I mean, most of the news coverage has been helicopter camera of the building, because the actual room she's holed up in has no windows. So
it's not even, like, it's barely a cubicle arrangement.
Yeah, I mean, when I say that she took over the whole third floor of a federal building, I mean she's holed up in a cubicle.
And she wants to be watched? That's the
Well,
goal? What?
we're not entirely sure what her goal is. Does she want to expose lackadaisical security? No. Because in her manifesto, she did say she expected a fight. She welcomed a firefight, and she was willing to die for her country and the founding principles that she believed in. The only problem is, you know, she's not really bothering anyone while she's up there. She's kind of been sitting very quietly in the very small cubicle. But that cubicle does belong to Stan. And Stan's having to work out in the atrium. And he's not happy about it. So he, rather irresponsibly, has just taken it upon himself and said, look, I'll acquiesce to her demands. I'll ask her what she wants. And the response is always, oh, you know. Whenever she's asked, she won't talk to the sheriff's department. She won't talk to press. But she has told Stan that he knows full well what she wants. And we don't.
Have we asked her? Do we know?
To be honest, when I was helping her break in, I didn't ask any questions. I was mostly appalled at the shocking security standards that building has.
And when people give her counter demands, such as, I mean, I have to assume that the local law enforcement has said, do not be in Stan's cubicle.
Oh yeah, they've been pretty ruthless about it. On day 2 of MileyWatch, they did stand outside with a loudspeaker and said, please stop. They've not done anything since then, but they are probably, I mean, they said give it till the end of the month. And if she's still in there, they are definitely going to contact her again, and this time they won't be polite. They'll tell her to stop. They might even swear.
Did she just ignore them? I mean, it's the police we're talking about.
Yeah, they didn't really hear them, mostly because recently the sheriff's department bought their loudspeakers from FistShark Marketing. And those things have about an operating range of 3 feet.
Right, if you're not directly underneath one of those speakers, there's no way you're going to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, their principal design is holding them up to Craig's ear and yelling and screaming until he, gets really hurt.
But you can hear someone talking from 6 or 7 feet. Do they actually make your voice quieter?
Oh, okay. I don't know if they want to go into the building and go up the elevator. That cuts into a lot of police time. True. They're pretty happy to just kind of drive past the building and just have the deputy hang out the window and just kind of say, please stop, while they're on their way to the Krispy Kreme.
But 16 days, how is she surviving up there? Has she left at any time?
We're not sure how she's getting by. I mean, there have been a lot of shipments of things being sent to her. She's
got her phone, and her one contribution to the MileyWatch hashtag was please send snacks. And we do believe people have been helping her, like someone, maybe a sales executive, has been going up there every now and then and slipping a bag of peanuts under the door. Who can say? There's no security camera feed because of the aforementioned cereal box issue. But there have been actual mailing shipments there, which we think are people taking the piss a little bit. A lot of dildos have been going there. A lot of dildos have been sent up to that particular cubicle.
Yeah, but the boxes are all from Amazon.com. I'm pretty sure she's just ordering. I think that she's just buying a lot of dildos. No food that I've seen yet.
No, she hasn't ordered food. And to be honest, she used to order a lot of dildos when she was outside of the building. I have been under the impression for quite some time that that's just what she eats, which might be how she maintains her trim figure. She is, after all, a beautiful woman and such a talent.
I'm still searching for the meaning here. Maybe MileyWatch is about knowing she eats dildos and survives. They're made of latex. They're made of soft plastics. This would be something worth sharing if you could live off that, right?
You think that this isn't unique to Miley's digestive makeup? That this is actually some sort of discovery she's made that could advance human life?
Well, I mean, I don't know her personally, but my understanding is she is a human being born of Billy Ray Cyrus, the star of the Dolly Parton music video, Why'd You Come In Here Looking Like That? With your long, tall boots and your drag-along jeans. His butt is shown in the video. It's really good. But she's a human being. If she can eat a dildo, maybe I can too.
Maybe. I mean, we can try it out. I mean, Craig lost a bet with me last week, so he's had one stuck up himself for the past 7 days. I could make him cook and eat it on Monday.
We are due for another fad diet.
Yeah.
Maybe the dildo diet is the wave of the future, or at least for the next 3-4 months until someone dies.
We could sell this. We could turn MileyWatch into a marketing promotion for the dildo diet. They fit right into a baguette.
So now we'll just simply reveal that this has been the plan all along. That the whole thing was just a marketing stunt aimed at promoting the dildo diet. This would get her out of any potential trouble and generate promotion. And I mean, who cares what she wants?
To be honest, she'll probably be bored in another 20 days or so.
Yeah.
We just leave her up there and no one will know whether she comes or goes.
But meanwhile, we'll just sort of take control of the message and use it to start a new project.
Well, then what's the problem? I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Issue solved. I am hungry. Shall we order a round of dildos or not?
Yeah, I am peckish.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'll go down Subway and get us a double ender. Right, guys, so I don't need to tell you that I've got a problem on my hands.
Yeah, I would say so.
You know, I was impressed when I saw the collection at first, but I didn't think ahead. I looked at terms of sheer volume. I did not think in terms of value.
Right. I mean, he does have a lot of stuff that's
He's got a
tied
lot of
together.
stuff.
Yeah.
And when you see it all in one place, when you see that many Toyota Corollas in one parking lot, you think, this guy knows his stuff. I'm going to sign him on.
Right.
And tour the country with a fleet of Toyota Corollas and just show the world, the world's largest collection of Toyota Corollas. And if I'd have stopped and thought, nobody wants to see this,
Right.
I may not have signed him on.
Yeah. No, yeah. And that's the problem, because there is something enchanting about a really large collection of anything. You know, it's impressive.
I mean, it's not just the Toyota Corollas. Lima Junction has a lot of stuff. I've been to Lima's house, and some of the things he has just impress me in terms of volume. Did you know that he has every single Ruby Tuesday's menu produced in the year 1996?
So the menus he would get in the, not just a copy of the menu, the actual physical menu that was used.
He's a stickler for authenticity, so he's got some mint ones. They're fully boxed, they don't come out of the box. But the other ones, like the ones that he calls sort of the battle-tested ones, they've got original ketchup stains from the year 1996. When Marilyn Manson was at his peak, Marilyn Manson may have held some of those Ruby Tuesdays menus and ordered himself some bottomless fries.
That is impressive.
It's impressive, but no one cares.
Right. What is the value of a collection like that to anybody but him?
That's it. I mean, he came to me, said, what do we do with this? I'm like, you can display or we can sell. And he's happy to do either, but no one wants to see it or buy it, which is difficult for me as someone who has a job selling things or showing things. You see the dead end I'm at.
Yeah, and it's not like some of these collections are things that you can just put in the corner of a cafe or something and sort of placate their ego. He has that collection of every piece of cookware Target has ever produced.
Yes, now that is, I mean, my jaw hit the floor when I saw that. I was simultaneously awestruck and underwhelmed. And I don't know if there's a word for that feeling.
Right.
To be so impressed by something that is so...
mediocre.
Exactly, that's the word for it. It's impressioca is all I can think about for what that is. To have every single piece of, like, just one item from every bit of cookware Target ever did. To say nothing of his stack of photographs of Jeff Bridges that have all been signed by the drummer from Rat.
Now, did he get those all signed at the same time, or...
Some of them he had to buy on eBay, which he got for, asking price every single time because no one else was bidding for it, which probably should have been his first clue that there's no value in these things.
Wait.
He got a few of them signed himself.
Who was he buying these already existing photos of Jeff Bridges signed by the drummer from Rat?
His brother, mostly. Ratatouille Junction.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He's a big fan of Jeff Bridges and Rat, and I guess Lima saw potential in that. So when Ratatouille was going around the country, following Rat across America, with a different picture of Jeff Bridges every day, and then Lima started doing it, and they thought they were on the ground floor of a growing market, and they didn't realize that it had just grown from Ratatouille to his brother.
Right.
So it was this two-man cult of Jeff Bridges' photographs signed by the drummer from Rat, which, again, impressive in its specificity, but absolutely useless to the outside world. But there's a lot of them.
So we've got the niche cornered. We've got it. We've got it cornered.
Yeah, look. If a boy is born who one day grows up to be the world's biggest fan of photographs signed by the drummer of Rat that aren't pictures of the drummer from Rat, we have something for him, but we need the boy born first. Can we give birth to such a boy?
Is it too late to even cultivate a Rat fan?
I mean, maybe if we find someone pregnant and play Rat with the bass up high enough that you can really hear the drums.
Right, yeah.
Into the belly. And then when it's born, it's already got the song stuck in its head. And as it grows up, we mentally condition it to be a fan of Rat. And then Jeff Bridges, I guess, as well will need to come into the mix. Can we do this with Jeff Bridges? Does Jeff Bridges have anyone impregnated at the moment?
Great question. We can find out.
Yeah,
and if
flick
not...
through the Prego folder, see who's knocked up who. And maybe we can do that. Something tells me that would wind up more expensive long term. There's no profit in this.
No.
That's the issue. When you've got that many Toyota Corollas full of Target kitchenware, surrounded by photographs of Jeff Bridges that have been signed by the drummer from Rat, you've got to ask yourself, what the fuck? I hate to lose my composure, but I'm at the point of asking what the fuck.
It's not like the guy has a huge property.
It's a trailer. He does own it.
He does own it.
It was priced to own.
Getting the Toyota Corollas into places has been difficult.
Well, it's hard because he mostly, he drives them himself, so he has to drive a Toyota Corolla to wherever he's showing it off that day. Usually outside of Denny's somewhere. He'll do a little, trade show, I guess. He'll drive a Toyota Corolla, he'll Uber back to his place, and then drive another one, and then Uber back. I mean, I don't know where he gets the money for all this.
I keep trying to tell him, get a trailer truck. Get a car trailer, for God's sake. He is diminishing the already insignificant value of his Toyota Corollas every time he does this.
Well, I mean, he thinks that the trucks, the trailers, are too bumpy on the road and it would damage them. And I say, well, you park most of these out the forest.
Yeah.
A fox has shat in most of them.
He's basically taking them off-road.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking the Toyota Corollas places where Toyota Corollas shouldn't be in the first place.
Well, like near the bog.
Right down near the bog, and I'm fairly certain that Corey Feldman, who is still down by the bog, has been masturbating in a lot of those cars.
do you think that would increase or decrease their value?
Well, I mean, as a sub-market, Lima Junction does boast to have the biggest collection of Corey Feldman semen stains on imitation leather in the country.
His name is Lima Junction?
At this point, Paul, it's too late to question that part.
I'm trying to figure out how to solve this problem. I'm trying to figure out how to kill 2 or 3 or 4 birds with one stone.
Oh, did I tell you about that? He's got Boston's biggest collection of birds killed by stones. And he's got the stones to prove it. We actually do have a buyer for that. Val Kilmer expressed interest.
Now, you see, if it had been the largest collection of birds killed by the Rolling Stones, there might be some. There might be something.
That might be interesting.
You know?
That might be interesting. But Nancy Grace already has those.
Just birds killed by stones. The market really is Val Kilmer. I mean, that's about it.
That really is about it, and only when he's really hungry.
Right.
How attached is he to honesty? I mean, if he's willing to bend on some of the hard truths and be subjective and be a little loose, maybe we can repackage some of this as you said. Maybe
Are you sure? Because the Rolling Stones are very proud of the birds they killed. If we try and pass off someone else's work as theirs, we open ourselves up to a lawsuit. Mick Jagger does not like being credited with killing birds he hasn't killed. I mean, stop me if I'm wrong, and please don't repeat this, because I don't want the senior partners to get wind of this. Do you think I just met a hoarder and signed him up?
That's how
Do you
it
think
sounds.
he's just a hoarder?
He probably. I mean, he meets the diagnostic criteria. He could be diagnosed easily.
He did lose his pet cat after a pile of New Scientist issues fell on it, which I've seen in a few episodes of Hoarders. Not New Scientist specifically, but magazines in general kill a lot of cats, if you're a
right.
hoarder.
But if there were going to be a magazine in this guy's place that there was a stack of it, I would almost New Scientist. That makes total sense.
Do you think I should stop going into bars in Boston and signing people while I'm off my tits on mescaline?
FistShark Marketing is Jim Sterling, Conrad Zimmerman, and Paul Sincere. Theme music by Ben Rama. Additional music by Alazar Chan. Our editor is Alan Smithy. Get more episodes and learn how to support the show at FistShark.com. Follow us on Twitter at FistShark for more of our exploits. Complaints can be forwarded via email to fistsharkmarketing@aol.com. And remember, the truth hurts. You wouldn't want us to hurt you. Goodbye.